I was genuinely shocked when this ARC showed up on my doorstep. Hey book besties, welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to be talking about how to get ARCs. ARC stands for Advanced Reader Copy, and these books are ones that have not yet come out yet or been released that you can get from publishers or influencer programs or PR firms, anything like that. Those are usually the places that you're going to find some of these books. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and stick around for more book content. I love sharing book recommendations, book reviews, unboxing videos, and just all things bookish. So on my channel, I have shared a lot about different ARCs that I've gotten or PR mail that I've gotten, and I did actually have somebody ask how to get ARCs. So I thought this would be a great video to share my experience with getting ARCs. Because I don't believe in gatekeeping. I think if there is a way for everybody to participate and take advantage of some of these things, we should. Why not? So first, right off the bat, there is a way that anybody, whether you have a platform on social media or not, can get ARCs. It's called NetGalley, and NetGalley is a database pretty much of ARCs that publishers can upload onto there, and anybody can request an ARC. As long as you have like an active Goodreads, that's pretty much all you need. Even if you have an active like Amazon where you're reviewing books on Amazon, you can still get ARCs from NetGalley. You truly don't need to have a social media following, a big one or a small one. You don't have to have one at all, and you can get ARCs of digital ebooks or sometimes audiobooks. NetGalley is a free account, so you can go to netgalley.com, create your account, and then you'll want to attach your Goodreads, your Amazon, if you review books on Amazon, and then if you do have any social media accounts, you'll attach it there as well. And then just start requesting books. Any book is on there. I mean, there's like some indie books that are on there. There are big publisher books on there, very popular books, and it's honestly hit or miss. I'll be honest, like sometimes I've requested ARCs that I didn't think I had a hope of getting, and I ended up getting them. And then some ARCs where I thought, oh, surely I could get this, and I didn't. So it is hit or miss, but it is a fantastic way to get some free ebooks to read in advance. So if you're excited about reading a new book, definitely check it out. But make sure if you do participate on NetGalley that when you do get a book, you read it, you review it in a timely manner, and not just like leave the publishers hanging, because they're giving these books to people ahead of time to drum up reviews and interest in the books that are releasing. So make sure that you're doing your part, and the more books that you get and review, the better your hopes are for getting books that you really truly are excited about reading. Now, another way to get ARCs that is admittedly challenging is through Goodreads giveaways. I have miraculously won 3 Goodreads giveaways, and they were all for books that had not yet been released. So for example, this book here, on the side here, you can kind of see it's like not the like the side that's going to be on the side of the book when it comes out, and like the back has got a lot of like marketing information, and even up here you can see it says Advanced Reader Copy. So I won this in a Goodreads giveaway, and I don't even know when this comes out. It comes out in March, and it's not even March yet. I won this last year. So this is a way that you can get some ARC books, but honestly, it's a challenge. I truly don't know how I ended up being able to win Goodreads giveaways, but I do have a video, which I will link up here somewhere, of how to maybe win a Goodreads giveaway. I don't know. I think I have tips, but maybe I'm just wrong. It's just pure luck. So now a couple of ways that you can get ARCs. If you are an influencer or posting about books online, you can still get books, and honestly, you don't always have to have a huge following. Depending on the publisher, sometimes they will support micro-influencers to help get these books across into more people. So it doesn't hurt to try out some of these tips to getting some ARCs, even if you are a smaller account. There are a couple ways to do this. First is through publisher influencer programs. Now these are sporadic with how often some of these publishers have their influencer programs open. So when you do notice that they have opened up the applications, you can apply right through there. It's usually through like a Google form or an Airtable form or something like that, but you can usually find their link on social media. But again, you have to be keeping up with them to be able to see it. I've found that the best way to keep up with these publisher accounts is on Instagram. That is where they're posting this information. I mean, you can follow them on TikTok, but Instagram is just seems to be a better way to make sure you get those posts coming through to you so that you can apply to those programs when they become available. Most of the time, there can be all throughout the year, but I've noticed that a lot of them do it in the beginning of the year or the beginning of a season. So make sure you're keeping an eye out for when those programs open up. Now, I will say that some programs are like open year round. So a good way to see that is if you just go to Google and you know a publisher, you can type in, say the publisher is Bloom Books. You will go to Google, you'll type in Bloom Books influencer program, and it'll pull up if they have a website for an influencer program. And you can do that for, any publisher. Just try it out and see if you find anything. Sometimes you will, sometimes you won't, but it doesn't hurt to try and just see. Even if you go and there's no program open, you might be able to learn when they will open it up and bookmark it and to see if you can apply for it at a later date. There are some publishers who have a different process with how they do ARCs, and you can request specific titles anytime throughout the year. I know Simon Books is one that has a process like this, but there are a couple others as well, which if you look up influencer programs on Google, you might end up finding a page like that, where you can just request specific books that you know you want to read right through a form that they've already created. And again, this is just for any specific ARCs you know that you want to read, and you can just reach out that way. When you do sign up with an influencer program, there are different ways that a lot of them do it. Sometimes you'll sign up, you'll be accepted, and they will just send you book mail at random and you will never know when you're getting it. Sometimes they'll email you to let you know, but there are other times where you will just have a happy surprise in your mailbox and it just feels really good. There are also ways that you can get on like an email list. So even if you're not technically in their influencer program, you could be on their email list for when they do have books that are coming out. One that I am on is Nope Publishing, and every month, well, maybe not every month, but every like periodic, I don't know if it's like monthly or quarterly or however they do it, but periodically they will send out an email of available ARCs, and you can go through and they have like a form and you can read about the books that they are offering and you can request ones that you're interested in reading. I ended up getting this book yesteryear from Nope Publishing through this format that they did, and this is a book that comes out in April. So I got it early and I'm very excited to read it. So that's a good way that you can request books as they are offering them, and you can maybe get it in the mail. It's not guaranteed, but you never know. And my last tip for getting ARCs is to reach out to the publisher. Now this is definitely like a hit or miss, like it might happen, it might not, but you never know until you try. Now I've done this not too many times. I only do this when I know there is a book that I really, really badly want, and I'll reach out to the publisher. It has worked once for my husband's wife. When I tell you that I was ecstatic, like running around my house, just so excited when this ARC came in, I'm not kidding. I was enthralled. I was so excited. I could not believe it. But I had reached out to Flatiron Books and asked about getting a copy. And here's what I did. So Alice Feeney is one of my favorite authors. I love her books. And so in my email, I wrote how I wanted to read her new book, My Husband's Wife, and I gave some reasons why, which is that I loved her books, I listed the books that I loved, and I sent links to reviews of those books. Mostly on Goodreads, but if I had videos that I know I posted on TikTok, I sent those too so that they could see, hey, this girl loves reading Alice Feeney, let's send her that book. And honestly, they did. But I also, if you are on like social media or anywhere, I put links to those. And what I did was I asked for an e-ARC or a physical book. And so like I wasn't just begging for a physical book. I was just seeing, hey, do you have any ARCs that you could maybe give me? Because I did apply for it on NetGalley and it didn't get accepted. It just was sitting in like my pending ones. So anyway, either way, it worked. And I think I've done this, I think that was probably the 4th time I did it. So 1 in 4 isn't bad. You know, it worked for one book, and I'm thrilled because I loved this so much. So those are my tips for getting ARCs in the mail. I might have missed some, but I'm pretty sure I covered everything. And it can really be hit or miss, but if you're somebody who is interested and loves reading books early, I do recommend starting with NetGalley, because then if you are wanting to request more books like physical ARCs, you can have a NetGalley account that shows, hey, this person is really committed to helping authors get their books out early and drum up some interest for it, so maybe we're going to prioritize getting this person some books. So give it a try and see if it works for you. If you have any tips for getting ARCs, drop them in the comments to help other people out, and maybe we can all start getting more ARCs and just start reading books early that we were very excited about. Thanks for watching, besties. I'll see you next time.